Hey, my name is Achol Meze, and this is Group 1 Project NX201 Industry Project Advanced Version, titled End-to-End Detection and Mitigation of a Multi-Stage Attack using Linux, logs, MITRE attack, and automated threat response. This project is a multifunctional Bash-based cyberscript toolkit designed to detect, stimulate, and respond to a wide range of threats in real time. With 6 modular stages, it covers everything from brute force, SSH attacks, and privilege escalation to threats, persistence, data exfiltration, and incident response. It also maps activities to the MITRE attack framework to ensure threat attribution, whether for training, research, or operational defense. This toolkit empowers security teams to proactively monitor and mitigate system compromise, all from a single interactive script. Now, this is presented by Group 1, Achol Meze, Ainde Taiwo Michael, and Awodin Elijah. So this system would be acting as the attacker. We'll be using Hydra to attack this other system here. So let's run the script. So this is the dashboard for the script. And now we'll be running stage 1, which is SSH brute force SSH brute force monitor. Now that the code is run and the watches have been established, we now start SSH service. All right, now we go over to the attacker machine and then we execute the Hydra attack. As you can see here, it's still watching and waiting for the attack to exceed the threshold, then it blocks the IP address of this system. From the code, we set the threshold to 6. And as you can see, after the 6th attempt, it's going to stop on the 7th and freeze, because then if we go back to the target system, you can see blocking IP, the IP address of this system after 6 failed attempts. You can see here. So once the IP address has been blocked, the Hydra attack freezes or stops because the firewall rule has been placed to block all traffic from that IP address. So that covers stage 1, which is the SSH brute force attack.
So here is our stage 2. You can see that it says setting up audit rule for privileged escalation monitoring. Then it says echo recent to-do related executions. Then right here, it does this, it searches the audits using the key privilege_escalation. Then it uses this to save it into AU report and it summarizes it. So we're going to run this really quickly. While this gives us the raw EXCV events. So this searches again for any key that has privilege escalation in the audit.log. Then this now grabs XCCVE, show us the raw EXCCVE events. So as you can see here, we ran stage 2 and it says setting up audit rule for privilege escalation monitoring. And it says recent to-do related executions. So this shows us what the privilege escalation that has occurred of recent. So you can see right here, sudo was used in this path. and it was used to also set up the audit. And you can see the audit was also used, and that's why it comes up in the recent sudo related executions. And right here, we can see the raw exccv events. Then all these are the events that have taken place under the key privilege escalation. So these events were carried out because the user tried to use an advanced privilege. So the person used sudo and it's flagged as a privilege escalation. Let me do this once more. As you can see, first of all, it says set it up for escalation monitoring. Then it gives us all the recent sudo related executions, which are this book. Then it now gives us all the raw events that have been used using the key exccve. And this shows us everything that has happened, all the events that have taken place using this type exccv. And this gives us an idea of everything that has happened. Every time that sudo has been used, this gives us everything.
Okay. Logic. The script checks the modification time of the authorized key file. It has been modified in the last 24 hours, and the alert is triggered, and the modification is logged. If an unknown SSH key is added, it's detected by the alert, and the red alert appears in the logs. Logging and alerts. Throughout each of these checks, the script logs all. And here we have the code ball. So we have this stage 3. First, netcat activity. So we'll go for the netcat activity first. So I'll just simulate something that might be sort of like a netcat activity. So say netcat-lvp 4444, and then I'll run it. So it's listening on that, and then I'll choose A and run it, and it has flagged its suspicious netcat ports detected 4444. Run me again. So we have so I found it. This is the first simulated attack.
part is just to the function just simulates data upload, everything here. Then this is where I call out the function. Then the other function, it just monitor exfiltration using C#. Then the last function is to generate alerts. If Excel file is greater than 10 MB, it's going to generate alerts. Then the main execution flow, this here is just to start data exfiltration, simulation and detection. Then simulation exfiltration are the three functions here. Then echo script execution completed. So let me demonstrate this real quick. So moving on to the Kali. So that's stage 4. So it has started data exfiltration, simulation, and detection. It's showing us the records in, the records out, the bytes copied, and the MB per second. Then it's simulating HTTP upload to the HTTP test server that I put. Then it's simulating FTP upload to ftp.example.com. That's another server that I put. Then it's monitoring the traffic with Cysec. Then it's capturing on ATHO.
Can you show us this server? You said you simulating.
No, it's a test server. It's just a test server.
It's a test server. Okay.
Yes. So now it says check tshark_output.txt for captured traffic. So now let's check tshark_output. And it also showed us alert. Exfiltrated file exceeds 10 MB. That's because I actually created a file, a dummy file of 50 MB earlier. So it actually states it out that it exceeds 10 MB. Then we check the tshark output file. Okay, tshark. Then this is the data captured. As you can see, for captured traffic, this is the traffic captured on tshark_output.txt. So this is basically the data exfiltration and simulation and detection. This is it. That's for stage 4.
Well, before I run it, I would like to, for the exfiltration to work, I have to get the URL from some websites. Just gonna start this. Okay. So wait for the HTTP exfiltration attempts. So it has concluded, and let's go to the top to explain what this is all about. So first of all, it says mapping detected events to meteor attack framework. Then it says this is the first one, T110, which is the brute force detection. So this gives us the IP address with the most attempts, or with the least attempt of failed password. Then this shows us the privilege escalation attempt, which shows where sudo has been used and what it has been used for all over the system. Most of it shows that I ran this particular file, which is thread.sh. So that's what that's about. And we can see the scheduled task and the persistence. So this shows us all the scheduled tasks running behind in the system. Let me just scroll up this. While this shows us all the remote services and the SSH access. So this gives us an idea of all the times I've gotten my SSH open and all the time I've accessed the service. So this is Kali, gives us the time and everything, and the time that we use to access the service. And we can see all the users that accessed each service, SSH service. Or for the HTTP attempts. Let's run the transfer.
Okay, let's take the final part. Have you finished demonstrating?
I just want to make sure the HTTP aspects to show. So as you can see right here, I just did it. Because I got this particular URL, we can see the HTTP exfiltration attempt. So once that is put in place, it gives us an output that this particular time and this particular IP address visited this URL. So this is what the HTTP FTP exfiltration attempt outputs for us.
we have which is eight, six. Okay, so I'll start the net cut again. Okay. We have which is eight, six. Okay, so I'll start the net cut again. Okay.